What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kat and I would love to be your friend, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below to see more videos like this from me. So let's get into today's video. So today's video is going to be all about how to stay healthy during college. Just because I know when you go away to college you have a little bit more freedom, not so much structure, and you just kind of let loose a little bit. So I am going to be sharing 5 tips that I used all throughout my freshman year of college to help me stay healthy and stay active. First, I just want to get into a little bit of a backstory about why I wanted to make sure that I stayed healthy in college. I've been on my fitness journey since start of last summer, so about a year now. And so going into college I was like, okay, you're gonna stay on track, you're not gaining the freshman 15, we're not eating junk food 24/7, you're gonna stay healthy. And it was, I'm not gonna lie, it was tough first semester because there's all these temptations around. Getting used to college alone, trying to create friends. If you're going through rush, you have to worry about that, meeting girls in your sorority and stuff like that. So I had all of this stuff coming up and I was like, I'm never gonna have time to do anything. I'm not gonna have time to sleep, let alone stay healthy. But then thankfully my mom was there and she helped me get through it, and I learned a lot, and I'm going to share the top 5 things that I learned that I think everyone should attempt to do during their first year of college. The first tip I would give to trying to stay healthy in college is drink water. Drink it all the time. And I know that's super important in college or not, but you're always on the go, and something I really forgot to do is drink water. And at first I had this massive thing in my backpack and I was like, Mom, I cannot take this to class, it's just too heavy. So I just stopped taking it because I was like, I need something smaller, and it was too heavy sitting in my backpack, let alone all the books and stuff. And so I finally got a smaller one, so I kept that with me everywhere. I kept that one full at all times in my dorm room, kept the smaller one full on me at all times. So it's just keep water on you and stay hydrated. That is probably the number one thing I can say, because you will forget to drink water. I know I did. And then once I started upping my water intake, I felt so much better, had so much more energy to take on my schedule. So just drink water all the time. The second thing I would definitely say is to walk everywhere. Especially if you're a freshman living on campus, walk everywhere. Leave for class 30 minutes early if you have to get there on time. Doesn't matter if it's an 8 a.m. or not. Walk everywhere. Trust me, it will make a huge difference. Because in high school I wasn't walking that far from class to class because you're in the same building all day. And then I got to school and I was walking everywhere, and it was so nice. And yes, I live in the South and I go to a school in the South, so it was hot as heck, but I still walked everywhere. You'll get used to it. It sucks in the moment, but your legs will thank you later. And it was funny because we got all sent home because of quarantine, and when I got home I just started feeling puffy and gross, and I was like, Mom, I just don't understand, I'm still being active, what's wrong? And she was like, it's your walking, you're not walking to class anymore. And I was like, you're so right. And I took it so much for granted. I would give anything to walk to class now. So fingers crossed everything stays the same in the fall, but walking to class seriously will change your life. And then walk to eat, don't drive. If you're going to a dining hall on campus, seriously, just don't drive, walk to it. And if you're a part of Greek life and your houses aren't too far away where you have to drive to, and walk to the house. If it's a pretty night. I remember one night, me and my roommate, we walked all the way across campus to the dining hall, ate, and then walked from the dining hall to the house. And it was such a pretty night. It was so nice. We had alone time together, and it was just such a peaceful walk. So seriously, do not take the walking for granted. Walk everywhere, and I probably just said walk 20,000 times. But number 3, which is probably one of the things that helped me the most, is your schedule is everything. So going into college, I was like, oh, this will be easy, like, because I had such a strict schedule in high school. I was like, oh, I'll just schedule it like in high school. No, you will get all of this free time just handed to you, and you're like, okay, so what do I do with it? Well, but in reality, you feel like you have no time to do everything, and that was me. I had classes, I had to worry about homework, I had stuff that I had to be at for sorority. I was like, how in the world am I going to schedule a workout in? And I remember at the very beginning of very first semester, I'd like called my mom freaking out because I was like, I don't have time to do anything. Like, I feel like I'm running around with like a chicken with its head cut off. And so she sent me a little model schedule of like all the gaps in my day that I didn't realize that I like had and I wasn't utilizing properly. And she was like, you could go do something here, something here, something here. And I was like, huh. And thankfully, my school, there's a huge gym on campus that is free to all students, and it has a bunch of classes that you can take. It has like Zumba, spin, hip hop, like all of these fun classes that you can take that get you active other than just running or lifting weights or whatever you wanted to do. And she was like, utilize those classes because they're not very long and you can squeeze them into your day, and then do your other workouts on days that you have more time. And I was like, huh, you're right. So I sat down, and one of the things that helped me the most is every Sunday night I sat down in my planner and I scheduled out all of my days to the minute. And I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, it helped so much. It helped me stay on task, and it felt so good when you got to cross off that hour or so that you did something productive. And honestly, when it comes to working out, like in college, like you have more time than you think to do it, and if you're really serious about it, you'll like schedule it in no matter what. I remember second semester when I had later classes in the morning, I didn't have as many like morning classes. I got up and I was at the gym before my classes even started, and yes, it like sucked in the moment, but I got up and I got it over with, and I felt so good, and I had the whole rest of my day to go to class, do my homework, hang out with friends, all that good stuff. So your schedule is everything, and it's so important to make sure you stick to it, because you'll create a routine. And if you're like me, I love a routine. I feel so lost without one that I'm just like, I feel so spastic, and I have to have a routine, and it's so nice when you do. So schedule your days to the minute. I promise you, in the long run, you'll feel so much better. Next is nutrition. And this is probably the one that everyone struggles with the most going to school, because you have your union or your student center or whatever you call it that has all the fast food options. And so like for us, we have like Panda Express and Chick-fil-A and Starbucks, and it's so easy some nights to just go to the Chick-fil-A and get something quick, or go get Starbucks in the morning. But I promise you, if you make the healthier decisions like on campus, it will like change everything. Thankfully, we had several dining facilities, and they all had like healthy options, but there was one dining facility that was like the athletic one, but it was open to the whole campus, like anyone could go to it. So my roommate and I discovered it, and literally like that's where we went all the time, because it is the athletic facility. Like, it was always healthy food. And unfortunately, like, it's not going to be like that for everybody at school, but one of the things that I learned is make the healthy decision in your dining halls, or if you're eating at your sorority house, make the healthy decision there. I know sometimes you can't control it. Trust me, I have a dairy allergy, and 99% of the time, the food at the house always had something with like cheese or milk in it, and I was like, well shoot, I can't go. But on those nights, I would either go to the cafeteria and get something healthy and then take it to my house so I can still spend time with my friends, or you and a group of friends, if they don't want to go to the house either, y'all all go together. It was my roommate and I started going, and it felt like we got our whole pledge class like hooked on this dining hall. They were like, we didn't know what we were missing. I'm like, I told you, it's so good. So just make the healthy decisions in your dining hall. I remember some days going to the house for lunch because we always had the salad bar available. If it was something that I just knew wasn't gonna fuel myself properly, I would just make a salad. And some days it was hard because I was like, I don't really want a salad, but in the long run I felt good after it. Not saying that you cannot treat yourself, that is not what I'm saying at all. Like, it's college, like, let loose and have fun, but at the same time, just make decisions that are gonna make you feel better. If you want to go to Chick-fil-A every day, great, go to Chick-fil-A. Because overall, in the long run, if you're making decisions that make you feel better overall, you're going to be like the best version of you there is. And the last thing that is probably going to be super, super hard, it was super hard for me, it was something that I had to learn on my own, and I'm so thankful that I did. I even take it into account like now being home, just because I have learned that if I don't get enough of this, then I'm just not a nice person, is sleep, sleep, sleep. Get your sleep in. You need 7 to 8 hours a night anyway, or 7 to 9 hours a night anyways, so get your sleep. I remember first semester, because I was so wrapped up in wanting to be everywhere all the time, and I just was out late with my friends' places on school nights, and then I had an 8 a.m. the next morning. I would wake up groggy and gross, and it's like, ugh, I feel so not refreshed. And then end of first semester into second semester, I finally learned that I need to go to bed early on school nights, especially because second semester I had more morning classes, so I was like, or more morning classes, and then the days I didn't, I was getting up early to go to the gym, and I was like, okay, I cannot not function doing these things if my camera randomly decided to cut off. So I think this is where I left off, is getting your sleep. So for me, like I said, going to bed at 9 is what really works for me. I still try to incorporate it here just because I am such a morning person that I just feel unproductive if I sleep in, and I just feel so much more refreshed. My brain is ready to go, especially for my 8 a.m. if I'm in bed at a decent time. So that was probably one of the biggest thing, and it's the hardest. Like, obviously on the weekends, like, go out, have a good time, like, do you, but for me, it was like Monday night through Wednesday night. Thursday nights, if we didn't have functions, like, I was in bed at a certain time because, like, that was my school week and I'm there for school. So that was something that really, really helped me. And those are the top 5 things I would definitely say to keep in mind when you're entering your first year of college. They definitely helped me stay healthy and stay active. And honestly, like, if none of those work for you, then don't do any of them. Like, just find things that work for you so you feel like you're being your best version of yourself while at school. And so you don't gain that freshman 15, because that was one of the things I was like, I'm not gaining freshman 15, and I successfully did not, and it's because I used these 5 things. That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.